Throughout this immersive narrative, we will explore the complexities of Thomas Jefferson's endeavors, such as drafting the Declaration of Independence, his instrumental role in the Louisiana Purchase, and the establishment of the University of Virginia. His strides towards scientific agriculture and his avid interest in various fields like archaeology, architecture, and botany reveal the true depth of his Renaissance spirit. Yet his story is not without its paradoxes. The man who voiced that all men are created equal was also a slave owner, and this stark contradiction invites us to reflect on the nuanced tapestry of American history. As we dissect these contradictions, we'll gain a more comprehensive understanding of the societal norms and personal struggles that shaped Jefferson's worldviews. Engaging with his past allows us to grapple with the complexities of our own times as we continue to navigate the promise of American ideals against the backdrop of an ever-evolving landscape. Join us in this historical odyssey, where we will not only revisit the past, but also connect the dots to our present-day context, inspired by the enduring legacy of Thomas Jefferson. Jefferson's inexhaustible thirst for knowledge wasn't only confined within the bounds of academics and scholarship, it also had a deeply personal and emotional touch to it. He was a lifelong student of humanity, always interested in understanding the complexities of the human psyche, emotions, and experiences, a trait that is notably reflected in his detailed and voluminous correspondences. Layered with profound insights, these letters offer a more intimate glimpse into the mind of the man who helped shape a nation, often revealing the vulnerabilities that lay beneath the robust exterior. Jefferson's active participation in various fields also helped him establish an interpersonal connectivity unparalleled in his era. He had a singular talent for synthesizing diverse viewpoints, bridging ideological differences, and fostering a ubiquitous ambience of mutual respect and understanding. His ability to harness the power of diplomacy and deal with conflict amicably is undeniably reflected in his political career, where he adeptly navigated the turbulent waters of American politics, always guided by his unshakable commitment to the principles of freedom and equality. As a result, Jefferson stands not only as a symbol of enlightenment and progress, but also as a testament to the power of human resilience and adaptability. As we delve deeper into this remarkable epic, every intricate facet of his life and legacy unmasks a new dimension of his multifaceted genius, continually adding depth and richness to our understanding of this pivotal era of American history. Raised in an environment of pedigree and privilege, Thomas Jefferson's early life unfolded amidst the sprawling vistas of his family's plantation, a gentrified microcosm nestled within the heart of Virginia's fertile backdrop. Here, he was nurtured by the intrinsic beauty of this picturesque landscape, and it was through this unfettered exploration of his surroundings that gave him a profound appreciation for this land and its poignant complexities. Besides the verdant hills and fertile fields, there was another facet of his privileged upbringing, the confluence of affluence and the grim starkness of servitude. He developed a unique bond with the working class, particularly the enslaved Africans who bore the burden of labor on his family's plantation. This juxtaposition exposed him at an early age to the harsh realities of his society, where opulence and adversity were interwoven in the tragic tapestry of human life. Such experiences widened the lens of his perception, coloring his worldview with a reality wherein the echelons of morality clashed with societal norms. Jefferson recognized the inherent evil of the slavery system at an intellectual level, yet he himself represented the paradox, as he was a lifelong slaveholder, a contradiction that was palpably reflected in his political rhetoric and policy-making. His life on the plantation also infused in him a deep respect for agricultural virtue and instilled in him the dream of an America where farmer citizens stood as pillars of independent, self-reliant communities. This idealistic vision was shaped by his own experience of rural living and clearly elucidates how his pastoral upbringing didn't merely shape his intellectual prowess, but sculpted the very essence of his character. It paved the way for the creation of the Jeffersonian ethos, one that celebrated farming virtue, democratic values, and inviolable human rights, which eventually became synonymous with the statesman, writer, and uniquely flawed human we know today as Thomas Jefferson. In aspiring to know the expansiveness of Thomas Jefferson's intellect, one must wade into the deep expanse of his varied interests and undertakings. His endeavors encompass not just the politically significant tasks of framing the Declaration of Independence and presiding as the third president of the country, which itself is a monumental undertaking, but also a broad array of academic interests. One of the most striking aspects of Jefferson's intellectual life was the versatility reflected in his wide-ranging academic pursuits, from philosophy to anthropology, from metaphysics to linguistics, and from political theory to architecture and horticulture. His intellectual capacity seemed boundless, firmly establishing him as a polymath. Remarkably, his unquenchable thirst for knowledge spanned across his entire life, from his agile youth when he devoured texts of varied subjects to his twilight years when his passion for learning remained ever vibrant. And with one man's fluttering curiosity arose a towering intellect that had a handle on 5 languages and a deep appreciation for music. But what's particularly captivating is the timeless impact that Jefferson's scholarly quests have had on shaping our nation, as is magnificently evidenced in his contributions to the Library of Congress. A considerable mass of his accumulated wisdom was gathered within the confines of his vast personal library, which he graciously bequeathed to the emerging National Library as a foundation for its collection. Each book he contributed came imbued with his unwavering commitment to intellectual enlightenment, thereby acting as a metaphorical microcosm of his prolific intellectual journey. Thus, his narrative not only dictated the political journey of a nation in its nascent stage, but was also etched into the multifaceted academic and cultural landscapes of America. As a constant accumulator, abstractor, and distributor of knowledge, Jefferson's life is the embodiment of scholarly devotion and intellectual brilliance that continues to reverberate in the halls of our nation's history. It is through this rich legacy that we can truly appreciate Jefferson's wide-ranging intellect, a testament to the boundless curiosity and self-determination that has come to define a nation so intricately interwoven with the threads of his mind. Embedded within Jefferson's unwavering belief in the vitality of the written word was a critical message, that ideas, written and disseminated, have the profound ability to shape society and bring about change. He knew that even within the tempest of conflict and tumultuous political ground, it was the intellectual battles fought with ink and paper that would determine the course of the emerging nation. Each word meticulously crafted by him was not just mere letters on a page, but powerful catalysts of the transformative change he envisioned. In the relative solitude of his study in Monticello, he embarked on a mission to transcribe the audacious aspirations of an entire nation onto paper. His pen danced eloquently across the parchment as he distilled complex nuances and raw emotions into a compelling manifesto for freedom. The resilient strokes of his quill echoed the simmering discontent of the colonies, resonating with the collective desire for justice and liberty. With diligent persistence, he carved out eloquent sentences that would amplify the suppressed voices of the oppressed, inspiring them to the heights of collective rebellion against tyrannical powers. It is not hyperbole to say that his pen was as much a catalyst for the revolution as any sword in battle. Jefferson's influential document was not mere text. It was a symbol of protest, a beacon of hope, and a powerful decree of independence that ignited the spark of a new, liberated nation. It was here, in the orchestration of this groundbreaking manifesto, that the timeless adage, "The pen is mightier than the sword," truly found its most profound manifestation. Jefferson's unwavering dedication to the concept of individualism and self-reliance not only diverged from the Federalist agenda, but became deeply ingrained in the foundation of America's future. As the sage of Monticello, Jefferson staunchly supported states' rights and the notion that the common man would be the driving force in an agrarian society, centered around direct engagement with land cultivation to stimulate economic growth. Throughout his presidency from 1801 to 1809, he tirelessly enacted policies to reinforce his vision, such as implementing significant tax reductions, shrinking the size and influence of the military, and orchestrating the Louisiana Purchase, which vastly expanded the nation's territory and provided ample land for his envisioned agrarian society. Despite these accomplishments, Jefferson's unyielding commitment to limited federal power also attracted controversy and complications during his presidency. The Embargo Act of 1807 was a prime example of this, While intended to shield American interests from foreign interference, the policy unintentionally decimated the domestic economy, particularly harming the shipping industry in the northeastern region. The unanticipated ramifications of the Embargo Act exposed the inherent limitations of Jefferson's devotion to limited federal power, as it fueled internal dissent within his administration and posed considerable obstacles to the realization of his vision of a self-reliant America. However, Jefferson's tenacious pursuit of individualism, though riddled with contradictions and challenges, permanently etched his contributions into the fabric of America's history, molding the nation's character and values that endure in various forms today. The Enduring Jefferson, Final Years and Legacy. Thomas Jefferson's twilight years were not characterized by silent retreat or idle rest. Rather, they were filled with an unceasing quest for knowledge, innovation, and public service. Monticello, his cherished home, encapsulated this continuous endeavor. More than a sanctuary during the turmoil of his later years, Monticello transformed into an epicenter of innovation. Jefferson, the relentless inventor, ceaselessly tinkered with multitudinous concepts, from improving agricultural practices through mechanized farming tools to exploring novel cultivation methods. These innovative approaches would, in due course, shape the entire landscape of American farming. His architectural acumen, another significant aspect of his astonishing skill set, equally reflected the magnitude of his cerebral prowess. His deft designs, as evident in Monticello and the University of Virginia, not only added to architectural wonders, but also shaped the neoclassical decor of numerous governmental edifices. As he grappled with an array of personal tribulations, such as looming debts and familial discord, Jefferson tenaciously upheld his commitment towards intellectual engagement and public service. His expansive bibliophilic collection formed the cornerstone of the Library of Congress, reiterating his steadfast belief in the invigorating power of knowledge. Thus, even in the twilight of his life, Jefferson, the philosopher at heart, vehemently adhered to the core principles of liberty, human dignity, and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. Furthermore, he seamlessly embedded these values into the nation's foundation, thereby leaving an enduring legacy. Simultaneously straddling between personal evolution and public obligations, Jefferson's declining years throw light on his depth of character and furnish an exemplary paradigm for citizens, illuminating the path towards persistent personal growth through unremitting contributions to society. His later years, often relegated to the background, provide us a window into the full complexity and multifaceted nature of this iconic figure, offering lessons in perseverance, intellect, and tenacity that continue to resonate in the modern era. Within this cornucopia of accomplishments, one cannot ignore Jefferson's unyielding commitment to public education. He firmly anchored his belief in the necessity of an informed public for the healthy functioning of the democracy he had fought so tirelessly to establish. His fervent advocacy ultimately led to the foundation of the University of Virginia. Its establishment marked a significant milestone in the educational realm of early America and exhibited his visionary guidance. This public institution, designed and championed by Jefferson himself, faithfully mirrored his educational perspectives. He appreciated the importance of fostering a well-rounded intellectual growth that encompassed disciplines such as arts, sciences, languages, and philosophy. He envisaged an environment where students were encouraged to question, learn, and debate freely, thereby keeping the flame of liberty and democracy alive. In his personal sphere, Jefferson, the prolific writer, indulged his insatiable curiosity about the wider world through voracious reading and writing. His penetrating insights into subjects as diverse as natural history, philosophy, politics, and agriculture not only enriched the corpus of his private works, but also benefited his political philosophy and public service. His correspondence, which spanned continents and decades, stands as testimony to his prodigious appetite for knowledge and his steadfast investment in maintaining fruitful dialogues with scholars worldwide. These exchanges formed his intellectual commerce, different cultural perspectives that broadened his understanding and appreciation of global issues and fed into his ideas for the nascent republic. Through his devotion to reading and compiling insightful works, he amassed an extensive library that was later to become the nucleus of the Library of Congress. His dedication to knowledge and intellectual exploration not merely formed an integral part of his personal enrichment, but also stood as a beacon for future generations. Despite the impending hardships of his personal life, such as mounting debts and the loss of his beloved daughter, Jefferson's unwavering commitment to his principles remained intact. He navigated through adversity with indomitable resilience and vigor. Standing atop the helm of this democratic ship, he boldly weathered the storm, nurturing his fledgling nation and ensuring its prosperous course. Concisely, his life beyond the president's chair, albeit ridden with strife and personal tribulations, blazed a trail of intellectual pursuit, public service, innovation, and moral courage. The facets of his twilight years, often obscured by his dazzling political career, offer profound insights and concrete examples of a life devoted to elevating the human intellect and championing justice, liberty, and progress. His illustrious legacy continues to inspire, underscoring the enduring relevance of his life. Embark on an exciting adventure by pressing the subscribe button and explore the wonders that await. Discover the hidden gems and join us on this incredible voyage. Don't forget to like, share, and undoubtedly subscribe. We appreciate you tuning in, and let's journey through this historical wave side by side.